Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. You're here because you're just as excited as I am to check out the RAPIDCUT cordless electric scissors. This model is the GX04 edition. Before we get into it, I have some upsetting news as of recording this video right now. On my feed, I've stumbled across my ex with a new gal. Yeah. Wrong Australian, Grover. Wrong Australian gal. What a bastard. She's probably way younger than him as well. How old's Grover? Sesame Street Grover age. Okay. Grover is written to represent the psychological age of a 4-year-old. I met him when he was a waiter at a restaurant. He served me spaghetti. Oh my god, are they enforcing child labor on Sesame Street? Damn. Oh god. I had no idea. I know it's not an excuse, but I did not know his age. I didn't know his age. Moving on. So I got the electrical scissors as a Christmas gift from my housemates. So I'm just going to show you what's inside. So in here, okay, so it comes with the battery here, charger and cable, charging port for the battery, the scissors itself, and then it has 2 blades that you can interchange. And I'll just show you how to change the blades first. So on the scissors, there are 3 buttons here. So on this side there's one here, opposite side one here, and one up here. You hold all 3 buttons here to release the blade. So you gotta hold this here and hold it here, and then you pull it out, and that changes, that removes the blade, so you can swap it out for the other one if that one gets blunt. And then if they both get blunt, and then you just buy a new one eventually. So to put it back in, you just snap it back in place by holding the buttons down again, like that. Okay. Sorry if that wasn't clear. And then to put the battery in, you just snap it in place here, and then remove the cover of the blade, and then there's just one operating button, which is the on switch. You just flick that forward, and that's on. Yeah, see if I can get that to focus. I'll do the influencer hand trick so you can see better. Can you see that? See it shake? Yeah. It's working, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna do a few tests now on different materials. So I use several different tools for when I make puppets. So I have fabric scissors, I have like a fabric blade, I use a Stanley knife for like bigger things like the, what do you call it, corrugated cardboard. I have like this, it's from Trojan's brand, it's like a foam sculptor. So if you have like a block of foam, you can sculpt it for like rounded edges and that. And also one of my housemates, he's bought a foam slicer with a wire. Put a picture here. So this is like it's like a hot wire, and you slide foam into it, and it just cuts it into like a nice clean piece. So that's what I've been using to cut things before I had the electric scissors. But I think this is gonna really change my life. Well, we'll see. We're gonna do some tests now. Let's check it out. Okay, so for the first test, we're gonna cut some fleece. So I'm just gonna draw a line here so we can follow that with the scissors. See how well it can stay on that line. Okay, I might line it up with the cutting board as well. Like that. Okay. Now, it's time to try this out. Okay. Oop. Wow. I felt nothing. That felt like I was floating through that, honestly. That was great. Let's do it again here, maybe. Little line. Let's do a line like... Let's do a zigzag. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, I reckon. Okay. Let's follow this zigzag here. Oh. Oh. Shit. Okay, it doesn't look like it's a bit off the line, but that's because I have a camera in front of me, this one here, and I'm trying to like look at the camera and the actual fleece at the same time, but that went really well. That felt great. It felt like I was just floating again, and yeah, just if I could actually like take my time without the camera, that would have been pretty accurate, because at the end, it was pretty much spot on. Yeah, okay, that's a pass for the fleece. Okay, so for the next test, we're going to try out the foam. This foam's about 10 millimeters, so we'll try this out now. I'm just going to go along this line. Okay, it wasn't, I did feel a little more tension with this one more than the fleece, but that was still pretty good. Like, I didn't have to put in any energy at all, so that was a A+, that one. We'll just try another piece, but longer. Just going to draw a line all the way down. That's really not straight, but we'll try and follow the line anyway. Okay, that's the line we're going to follow. So maybe it's actually better that there's a bit of a imperfection there. We'll see if we can be really accurate with that. Ooh, okay. That went well. That was right on the line, that crooked line I drew. Wow. So yeah, it feels like more like there's more tension than the fleece, but it's still like it didn't take any effort really, honestly. So that's a pass. It's great. Okay, the final material we're going to test out is corrugated cardboard. So I'm a bit nervous about this one because it is really hard to cut. I always struggle with this with scissors, with a Stanley knife, so hopefully it doesn't blunt this immediately. So there's already like lines, I don't know if you can see that, so we're just going to follow along those lines and see how well that does. Okay. Okay, that didn't really go as planned. Hang on. I think I might have just blunted the scissors already. Just trying to check. So it says it can do corrugated cardboard 5mm, which is... That's how thick it is. That just blunted the scissors immediately. Okay, I'm not really sure what happened there because these scissors are designed for, it can handle corrugated cardboard, so I don't know what I did wrong. But when I sliced it, so on the top part, it sliced through fine, but then the bottom part of it, it like only went halfway as much as the top. You can't really see it on camera, but that's what I can see. So something went wrong there. Honestly, I might just stick to using the electric scissors for fabric, because that's the main purpose why I would use these scissors, is because when I cut with scissors, I would go off the line. It's like a bit hard to stay on the line with scissors. The two blades chomping all the time, but this one just slices right through. So I'll use it for that. Corrugated cardboard, it makes me nervous to use that with the electric scissors. I feel like I'm just going to blunt it right away and it's going to go like overboard with work and burn out or something. But if I'm not doing something right, just let me know in the comments as well. It just made me a bit nervous to do that. But yeah, it's great. It says, I read the manual, it says that it can work for like between 1 to 2 hours straight. And then you just charge it for 2 to 3 hours and it's ready to go again with full battery. Yeah, that's about it. I'm pretty happy with it. It was great because it was free for me, Christmas gift. And I highly recommend it for cutting fabric and foam if you're making like puppets or like any other projects that include like materials like that. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think and give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you. Hey guys, I just needed to come on here and make a quick post-editing note. So I just read the manual a bit more and it looks actually different. So this one here, and I don't know if you can see it, has a little D shape and this one has an O shape. And if you look closely, this one has a bigger gap here. This one is slightly smaller. So they are different. So I should have checked before using this on the corrugated cardboard. So on here it does advise you the difference between each one and what each blade can withstand in regards to the material and the thickness. I should have checked that. Always read the manual before you try any new product. That's the lesson I learned.